Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be emphasizing on what I call break of structure and change of character. I know how difficult it is to understand or identify this thing. That is why I won't be tired to make video about a particular thing multiple times. I won't be tired of making videos about a particular thing couple of times because it took me watching videos over and over and over and over and over again because before I was able to understand some of these things. So in this video I'll be diving deep into explaining what break of structure and what change of character is, and I'll be artistically making drawings, drawing patterns on the board so that you can actually identify it. Even though if I take you to the chart and show you this thing, you might get to your own chart and never identify it. It happens to me well, very, very well. I would have watched video, I would have learned something, I would have thought maybe I've known it, and I'll go to my chart and I'll be confused. So you can even do better if I show you how it is, how it works, even with a marker and a board. All right, let's go. So what is break of structure? Break of structure. So what is break of structure? A break of structure is um the process whereby price creates a particular swing level and then price breaks it. And then we are actually talking of break of structure, we would actually be looking at a particular direction. So now we are going to deal with the uptrend. Yes, we are going to deal with uptrend in this particular video. So you know that whatever happen in the uptrend is going to show up in the downtrend as well. So let's continue. When it comes to trend, this is the simple way of of giving an example of it. Yes, it's not going to be easy as this. Never. It's not going to be easy. When you go to your chart, you will see a lot of patterns, so now what we actually want to do is that what we want to look at is the focus of the market at first. Is the focus of the market the overall movement? Is the market actually going to the upside or the downside? So if the market, you can actually do a lot of unnecessary things around. Just leave the market, let it do anything at the middle. But what you want to look at is the upper part or the downside. What's the price creating? The strongest movement. Where is it? You want to identify it. So I'm going to be making this very, very simple. So in an uptrend, you see something like this. The price might actually be doing a lot of noises. It could even come here, create a similar level, a similar high with this. Yes, it could create a similar high. Don't be confused. It might go down again, go down. It might create anything, and at the end of the day, price goes up and then close with the body of the candle. If price never close with the body of the candle, maybe it just wick above, maybe it just price just wick above and then continue back to the downside, it means that there is no break of structure. This is liquidity sweep. Yes, price just try to take the stop loss of traders and then move back to the downside. So price just try to sweep or stop people out and then continue to come to the downside. But the moment price goes up and breaks above with single candle or multiple candles, that is a break of structure. So you expect the market to come down again and then give you another break of structure with the body of the candle. That is break of structure. It is not difficult. Honestly, it is not difficult. What you want to look out for is where a particular high is and then the next movement that breaks that high. Don't look at the center like this. These are noises. These are internal structures. They are lower time frame structure. You don't need to look at them. What you want to see is that it might be longer from let's say it might be a month long. Yes, this could be longer than that, and then at the end of the day, price comes here and break above. You know, that is a break of structure. Is a break of structure. So the same thing on the downside, the price might be doing something of such of you could do like this and then breaks to the downside. If it breaks with the body of the candle, that means there is a break of structure, and then price might actually go back. It might even create a kind of equal low with this. It might sweep liquidity, and at the end of the day, price come back to break below this low with the body of the candle or multiple candles. That is a break of structure. This is not difficult. You have to train your eyes to identify all of these things. They are not difficult, they are not hard. They just want to confuse you. They are not hard. And then I'll be talking about a change of character. Mind you, when price change break structure, yes, when price break structure, you want to be focused on the time frame that you are looking at. If you are looking at 4 hour time frame, make sure it is that 4 hour time frame you are looking at. You want to mark the 4 hour high. Yes, you want to mark it, and then you want to see the next move. It might be very long, don't mind it. It might be very short, don't mind it. Once the body of the candle closes above the previous high, that is a break of structure. So it has to do with the kind of trend we're actually looking at. We can't confuse a downtrend with an uptrend. For instance, if price does something like this and then you feel like, oh, it has broken this low with the body of candle, this is not a break of structure anymore. It is a change of character, because price is no more interested in going to the upside again. What you see the price do is that price would come back and then continue to the downside, because it has taken the power around here. Now, there's something I called a strong high or a strong low. When it comes to break of structure, this is price going up. When it comes to break of structure and it comes to trend, it is a battle between buyers and sellers. These are sellers and these are buyers. These are sellers and these are buyers. But um in this price action, buyers dominate. Yes, that is why you see that the price focuses on the upside. So this is a battle between the buyer and the seller. And what happens is that the seller are weaker, and then this is a strong low. Let's say there are 500 and 100 people around here buying, and then there are just 40 people selling. You understand? The market is going to obey the 100, those that dominate. The most people, the price is going to obey them. So, and where we want to focus at, like where we want to focus at is um this downside. Yes, you see this eye, it is a weaker eye. There are strong eyes and strong lows, but one is stronger than the other. The one that dominates is stronger. So this eye is bound to be broken. Yes, because those ones that are buying, they are more than those that are selling. So it is bound to be broken. So it is um um a a weaker eye, not a strong eye, because we are in an uptrend. So it is bound to be broken any period of time, any moment it can be broken. So you want to look for your confirmation around the 50% of a particular movement. Yes, a particular dealing range. You want to look at the 50% of it to take your trade from here, because it is very, very certain, it is very, very sure. Not sure, nothing is sure in forex trading, but it is very, very sure that this low is very strong. Price is not expected to break below this low, but this one is weaker. It is bound to be broken, and at any point when this place becomes strong and it pushes price to the downside, forget it, this place is gone. It's now a weaker part. Now then we'll now be focusing on this area because it is now strong. That is what break of structure is. That is how important break of structure is. So now if you want to look at taking a trade, you want to look at allowing the sellers to push the price to the downside, and then you want to follow it to break this structure. You can put your take profit around this place because you know that this place is weak, price is going to break it. Yeah. So when it comes to a change of character, we actually identify this place as our strong low. We are not expecting price to actually break this low. So the moment price now decide that okay, or the sellers are strong enough to say we are not going up, we are going down this time. So what actually happen is that you see price creating all sort of funny stuff, and then at the end of the day break below this low, which means that this is a change of direction, the change in the state of market direction. So what we want to do now is that we have taken this place or this area as a weak area now. Yes, the price will now be doing this kind of thing because you can't go to a direction forever. It has to pull back. So price can pull back to at least either 50% of this range, then this place becomes a weak part of it, and then this becomes a strong part, and then market can do whatsoever and then breaks below. That is a change of character. If you can follow this, it is very very simple, but you need to identify the difference between higher time frame and lower time frame. Yes, higher time frame and lower time frame. It is very very important so that it won't confuse you. So you need to be able to mark it out. You need to be able to identify the swing high, the swing low. So in my videos, I'll continue to explain some of these things again. Even though I've talked about them before, I'll continue to explain more because I know how long it took me to understand all this stuff, because I learned vigorously and I learned the hard way. I learned by blowing account, I learned by losing my money, I learned by watching video vigorously, sleepless nights, hundreds and hundreds of videos. So this is not something very easy. It might be easy when you see the explanation, but my let me tell you, you might actually watch videos or learn over and over and over and over again. And the moment you don't have an estimated time to learn, I'm telling you, you are going to learn faster. That was what I did. I do not have any estimated time to learn. I learn every time I'm chanced, even at work, over the night, whenever I learn. So I believe you learned something from this video, and if you learned something so far, please do like, share and subscribe to this channel. I know this channel is going to help you now and even in the future, and I don't know who needs my type of explanation. So you want to share and like and follow this channel so that some other people can have access to this channel or this video. Thank you. Godspeed. So traders, in every of my videos, I'll continue to tell you, to advise you and to remind you that if you want to really understand how the market works, you have to apply this particular method. Yes, this is what I actually arrived at. Though for me, there was no one to tell me, but at the end of the day, I realized that some of the things I do that actually makes it fast a bit for me. That at the end of the day, I was able to know how the market works. So I'll be taking you through these steps to advise you, to remind you, to always tell you that if you want to scale up faster, if you want to understand how the market works faster, you have to apply this method. So it is what I call willing to learn. You must be willing to learn. You must let something motivate you to learn. Let something trigger you to learn. Is it that you really want to improve your financial status? You want to be you want to have financial freedom, or you want to have time freedom, or you want to be a boss on your own? Something important. Is it because of family or whatever? Something must motivate you to learn. And then the second thing is learn vigorously. Yes, learn vigorously. You don't need to have an estimated time like, oh, in a week I'll go for tutorial, or I'll go for trading lesson or trading class, or whatever you call it, maybe twice in a week. I'm telling you, it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time. You have to be vigorous in your learning. You have to learn every time, every time. Oh, I did that myself overnight. Whenever I'm chanced, I learn every day. I watched videos every day. So the third thing is don't rush things. Yes, you don't have to rush things. Though you might be vigorous at it, you might be learning every time, you might be watching videos every time, but don't rush things. And this actually means that you have to take it step by step. You have to take one thing and learn it, and then the other thing, learn it, you understand it, you digest it, then you move to the other thing. So it's going to make it much easier. I'm telling you, most people are actually compounding a lot of informations together, and at the end of the day, they do not assimilate, they do not digest the one they learned. Before you know it, they forget, or they don't seem to remember or identify it before they actually go into learning another thing. And then the fourth thing is that learn from people's experience, people's mistake. Yes, you don't need to wait until you learn the hard way. I'm telling you, if you are waiting until you learn the hard way, you will actually learn the hard way. You will definitely learn the hard way. You don't need to, wait until you become broke before you learn. Learn from people's experience, expert experience. Professional traders, say their story, what they passed through. And I used to discover that there is similarity between the life of all these forex traders when they begin. So you have to learn from their mistakes. You have to learn from it. I'm telling you, if you do not learn, you are going to learn it one day. The next one is listen to professionals. Yes, there's something I call listening to professionals. So when I was learning vigorously, I do watch a lot of videos, and I saw professionals saying similar things like you have to be disciplined, you have to you have to have an edge, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to be patient, you have to be all these things. They mentioned all of this stuff, but there was no discipline to actually apply all of this stuff. It is not very easy to do them. So we actually have this mindset of making money in time. They will say you have to know that forex trading is not a get rich quick scheme. It's a long time game. So but all these things we don't want to obey it. We don't want to listen. And if we do not listen, it's still what we are going to do at the end of the day. So this thing is very important. Try to listen to professionals. Yes, listen to what they say. And then the next one is seek for an edge. It is very, very important. Seek for an edge. If you finally found that edge, in fact, a lot percentage of your journey is going to be very easy, because that edge is what actually gave me confidence. All this discipline issue, psychological issue, and all those stuff, it become a bit easy for me because I saw my edge work out couple of times. Back testing, it work out couple of times, and then for testing it work out couple of times. So I was like, okay, what am I looking for? This is a long term game. I can actually make money in this in the long run. So that edge actually gave me the confidence. I have not made the money, but I know in the long run I'm going to be profitable. Yes, this is my profitability stage. So like and follow this channel. Thank you.